Promotions. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
With FUNG Promotion, on God.
With FUNG Promotion.
Shout out FUNG Promotion.
With FUNG Promotions.
FUNG Promotion.
With FUNG Promotion. With FUNG Promotion.
New York City shit. Fucking with FUNG.
FUNG Promotions. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Got my man Vok in the building.
Good word, FUNG.
Yes, sir. Can you introduce yourself to the people?
VOKARONDon. A young, dirty nigga from Brooklyn. Been outside for like 65 years, but I'm only 34. Enjoy your day.
For sure, for sure.
Okay.
So, where you coming out of? Where you grow up at? Where you from?
I grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and Flatbush, so I grew up in both neighborhoods. So like my mom and her family was from Bed-Stuy, my pop's family's from Bed-Stuy, but then my mom ended up moving to Flatbush, so I had to live in Flatbush, but I went to Bed-Stuy like every weekend type shit.
So how was it growing up in Flatbush, going back and forth between there and Bed-Stuy?
See, in Bed-Stuy, it was like I got my cousins and everybody, so I can be myself more. In Flatbush, I had to be somebody else because it was just me. Like I was the big cousin, the big brother. I was the oldest guy, so now I had to make a name for myself so my little brothers and them don't get picked on and shit. Feel me?
Yeah. So going to school and growing up like that, was you always into music, or how did that come about early? Like at what age?
See, like music, I always liked music, so like my first taste of real music was Microphone Fiend by Rakim. So my uncle, he was be outside, he was a dude that was outside, big chains and shit like that, but he was also Guyanese. So if you know Guyanese culture, we like big ass speakers, everybody's a DJ, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So my uncle, he used to be playing music every single day. And the Microphone Fiend video was a little kid in there, he kicked the speaker. And I remember I seen that shit and I kicked my uncle speaking, he kicked my ass, that ass. So I always just, like, that was like the first hip hop video that really had me mesmerized, like for the first time ever.
Yeah. So after that, did you ever want to rap, or what?
I mean, every black kid in the world wrote a rap. But I realized very fast I was not good at rap. So I started doing beats. My man Personnel, this kid from Flatbush, Child to Purse, we was doing beats. He told me how to do beats on the MTV Music Generator. Remember that?
Okay, yeah.
So the MTV, they had this game on PlayStation that taught that you could make beats on and shit. He became so good that he ended up going and teaching like a class on this shit. You feel what I'm saying? So because he was teaching us so easy, so we always like really out there making beats and crazy shit. Like some of those beats landed on projects like real shit, like the Jim Jones project. My man Justin did that. He scored Killer Season and all types of things. That all became from the Music Generator.
Okay, so was you making any beats? Was that going successful for you at all with your beats?
Yeah, my beats was getting picked up, so I was used to do beats with my man Paul Kane. Back in the days was Kid Cardi that I used to work with. He was on Fight Club and a bunch of Brooklyn dudes. I was like super local. Like they was selling their beats and shit, but that was me personally. I was like super local, but I had influence culturally because I was really involved with the dudes. So like with Cardi, when I'm working with him, I'm really in his hood and Gowanus every single day, doing everything with him. Yeah, getting more involved with him. So he was the first artist that made me realize, like, oh shit, I think I could be a manager opposed to being a producer, because I don't really like the studio.
Yeah. So at what age was that?
Like 18, 19,
18, you start getting that. So that's when you initially start getting like relationships, you would say, in the industry, where you would start getting a repertoire, you know what I mean?
So now I'm just running around, because I'm out on the streets making my money and shit, but I go to the clubs and I got a rapper, so now I'm not just going to the clubs for no reason. Now I'm just running around trying to get my artists heard and shit like that. And, you know, it's like little things, running around, getting into little, you know, situations. But for the most part, like, I was really grinding and was trying my hardest to make it work. You feel what I'm saying? Even when he didn't want to, like, do it no more, I still was like, yo, come on now, you know what I'm saying? So that was, like, really my first taste of the management experience was with Cardi. So then I went to jail for a couple years.
Okay.
And then I came home and I was working with another artist named Push Montana. He was working with Mano. They had this crew called the Mafia. They did a couple of mixtapes or whatever in Brooklyn and shit. He had did some shit and that's crazy. That's actually how I met Tax Stone. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I met Tax Stone. You know about Tax Stone?
Yeah, I know for sure. Yeah,
that's how I met Tax Stone. So me and Tax Stone was running with each other about 5-6 years straight, running around.
That's
in the streets.
right after the when you was 18 and making the beats and doing all that.
After I came home.
Okay,
It's
so
2010.
how was you? How long was you in behind?
Two years. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 years you sat down and you thought about what you was gonna do in the industry while you was in there, or you was just
I was trying to
locked
survive
in?
every day,
Yeah.
man. I ain't thinking about no music shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about how the fuck I'm gonna get home and how I'm gonna make up tomorrow and not let these police kill me.
Right.
That was it. That's what I thought about every day while I was in prison. It wasn't until I came home and I started getting back around Push that I wanted to get back into the music shit. So I started doing beats again, but ain't really go nowhere, honestly. You feel what I'm saying? But I started working again with another artist, Drug, and the crazy shit. That's how
Right after Push.
Yeah, right. Nah, during Push. Like
Okay.
during Push, I started working with Drug, and that's Teddy was our producer and our
Okay.
engineer and shit.
Boy, Teddy.
So Teddy, that's how we met Teddy early on. Like,
what year was this?
this is like 2011, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like 2010.
Yeah.
I came home 2010, so it's right definitely between 2010 and 2011. Yeah.
So you got out and you went straight pedal to the metal. Like,
Yeah, because I couldn't do anything else. I had parole leave me the house at 9 o'clock, so the only thing that was open in the daytime is the studio.
How long was you on parole after that?
It's a year.
Just a year?
Yeah.
So you were just going to the studio, going back to the crib. And so after Push It, you went to him. And then when did you start seeing like it was success or you could start making some money out of it? Was that right away or
Nah.
no, it took some time?
Hell yeah, because then we had got Manolo Rose. Remember Manolo Rose?
Okay.
So we started working with Manolo Rose, and Tax had got his shit going, and then that's how we got Casanova. And then at the same time as Casanova and Manolo shit was going crazy, Tax podcast started going crazy. So now we got three elements going crazy in New York. We wilding with the Warehouse Music Group, Tax Stone. Then we running around with the Henny Palooza dudes. Tax was part of the reason that shit went from Henny Palooza to Duce Palooza. Like, he introduced that deal to Hove and everything. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
I seen the interview.
So we was running around with that shit. Like, that's when I realized and I knew, like, all right, niggas can make some bread. If we do it the right way, we can make some bread right now. And, you know, little things started happening and trickled down into big things, and, you know, things went the way it went. And unfortunately, you know, Tax was arrested and he's still fighting for his freedom to this day, free Tax. And you know, Casanova still began to build his profile. Manolo Rose is still doing what he does best. You know, he was never really like he never really liked the lights and shit. He was more of a studio guy. I could put Manolo in the studio, he'll do 200 songs.
Okay, so you was early with the Warehouse music, the Warehouse.
Very early.
Yeah, because I know I had heard about them and the work they was putting in, especially with Cass.
Shout out to Bleak.
About Cass.
Interesting situation to about the Warehouse situation. So now Warehouse Music Group was Memphis Bleak,
right?
My man Debo and Germ.
That's who found Cass.
No.
Who found Cass then?
I did, and Cass is my little brother, best friend.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? He came, that's when I do rap, and that's how it worked. We just signed him to Warehouse.
Okay.
You just brought him over there. We just brought him over here to deal with Warehouse. My man Germ put all of that together.
Okay.
But I was saying it's interesting, like, now, like, Germ is the guy behind Chef G and Sleepy Hollow.
Okay, yeah. They
you know
work,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
People how to recreate themselves. I helped them get their situation at Empire, and then they turned that into a situation. Now they just inked the crazy situation. Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, that's when I first do though. Cass and that situation with Warehouse, that's how I really knew that we could make some bread. 22 G's was the first artist to put money. That was the first artist I made money off of though.
Okay. And so I know you did Tutu with your own brand, the Cultivated.
Cultivated agency manages Tutu, but Atlantic Records he signed to.
Okay, but you're the head of that agency.
Yes.
And you founded that agency,
yes,
right?
Sir.
So what made you want to start your own brand or break away from the other things you were working or put more time towards your own thing?
Because I was always the guy that put energy into everybody else's thing and never really my own. You feel what I'm saying? I used to follow rule number 1 in the 48 laws too much, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I was too loyal to some people, you feel me? And I used to treat their brands like it was mine, but when it was time to break bread, they didn't treat it like such, you feel me? So I said, the only way it could never happen again is if I do my own thing. Okay. And that's when we started the Cultivated agency. Okay, and so was Tutu the first artist? Yes, Tutu was the first artist to Cultivate agency. And how did you get connected or linked with Tutu? Well, Tutu, he went to prison. Remember, he went to jail. Yeah, for sure. After Miami situation. Facts. And then after he got acquitted from that, he got extradited back to New York. Right. So while he was in jail in New York, mind you, all of the kids in there, they don't like him, but they still going crazy. Like, Tutu G's is here, you feel me? So my man, like, yo, Tutu G's in here. You should try to sign him when you get home. When he get home, so try to help that nigga. I was like, word. So my man was really one who gave me the tip. And then when he came home, my man Orlando from Atlantic, he was like, yo, we should try to get Tutu G's. I was like, I was already talking to somebody. Right. So it just made sense. And one of my longtime friends, my man Syph and shit, you know, he was connected with his big homies or whatever the case may have you, and he put it together for me. Real shit, no exaggeration. It was a Sunday night, Duke. I'm laying in bed with my kid and my girl at the time. We chilling in there, and somebody, nigga called me like, yo, I got 2 G's right now. We in Williamsburg. Pull up. Nigga, I jumped up so quick, jumped in the car, went straight there, told him straight up and down. I said, listen, kid, if you listen to me and you do exactly as I say, not on no shit like that. You do exactly as I say. All the advice I give you, I will get you a record deal in less than 2 weeks. He's like, for real? And it took more than 2 weeks, but I still got the record deal. Right. Got to deal with Atlantic. Got to deal with Atlantic. And so after that, how was it seeing him be so successful after he just got out and you was able to help him? How did that make you feel? It made me feel good, but at the same time it was bad because it was like, yo, this kid is trying his hardest to do everything he can. He still couldn't get certain looks and certain things. Like, we go through a lot trying to get him. Like, 2 G's is the only New York City drill artist that ever went on tour. Right? So in order for me to be able to do things like that, I had to sacrifice a lot. Like, he's never did a tour date in New York City ever. He's never did he did a headlining show in SOBs once. And then after that, they didn't want him performing in their venues anymore. Even though he did successful shows everywhere else in the country, even in New York, and they still wouldn't allow him to perform in certain areas because the hip hop police wouldn't allow these kids to perform. Right. So he was the first coming of that. Like, he was the first artist in New York to feel that burden. Cause even Bobby and them was allowed to perform. Right. You feel what I'm saying? 6ix9ine was allowed to perform to an extent. Yeah. 2 G's was the first artist that police said, no, you can't perform. And even Rolling Loud, his name was at the top of the list. Yeah. I seen that. I was going to that, and I seen that taken down. How was that for the count? You feel me? And that was crazy because we did Rolling Loud. Like, we still the only ones from New York, other than Fabio and Pop, that did Rolling Loud. We did it with Kodak when he brought us out, and he did Spin the Block. Yeah. And that was a huge deal for Tutu. And then when he came back, Rolling Loud booked us. We was supposed to do Miami with Kodak again. That's when Jack Boy first came home. We did the Segment Gang set, and then Kodak got arrested. Yeah. At Rolling Loud, like, as soon as we pulled up, feds rushed him and arrested him right then and there. Tough, and then now this is like the redemption show. We about to go crazy, bring Jack Boy back, do what we gonna do, tear the stage up, and they can us again. So you gotta understand, for the kid, that hurts, especially after he just did Fool's Gold Day Off and the Audio Mac Hometown Hero shows. You would think that they were like, all right, he did good, ain't nothing happened. They let the kid perform, they still wouldn't let him perform. So I'm just saying, don't let it say 2 G's is one of my biggest biggest success stories because of what we went through to get him to where he's at. Yeah, a lot of trial and tribulations. Facts. Imagine being on tour with Kodak and he get arrested in the middle of the shit. Yeah. So now you can't even finish this is the biggest tour of your career. Yeah. And you can't even finish it. Then you go back into trying to get your shit together, and then little missteps keep happening. You know what I mean? Little things keep happening. And, you know, like, so it's rough, but it works for him. Yeah, so how do you
keep a level head through all that and going through all that, managing the artists and all the things, tasks you got going on and the
See,
things
me,
they go through.
I hold it down because if they see me panic, they gonna panic.
Right.
So what I do is I deal with it the best way I know how, and I deal with it on my time. Not never in front of them. I'm never showing them. I can't show my heart on my sleeve with them because that shows them that it's okay to be emotional and lash out when they can't, because they're being judged by every single thing they do. Like even with me, I don't allow my artists to throw out records because ain't no such thing as a throwaway record. You're being judged by everything you do because they're like, nah, his last shit wasn't hot.
Yeah.
And they could be like, that's a throwaway record. Then he should have kept it.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So you can't play with these people because your reputation is being tested 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah. So after Tutu, who did you go to next as far as
after Tutu G's, my next artist was Chef G. Me and my partner Jeremy had worked on Chef G's situation and got them to deal at Empire, and then they had this situation. We had parted ways because I had started working with MaxThaDemon.
Okay.
So that was the third artist I grabbed, was MaxThaDemon. Young white kid from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I've been seeing him. He's been working. I've been seeing the videos. I see him go viral on Twitter and all that with the memes and all that. But it's all publicity.
I mean,
how you feel about that?
Max is one of those things where people think it's fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. People think it's fake.
Yeah.
They think like, oh, who's this white kid?
Yeah.
Talking about killing black kids and all of this gang shit. He's throwing up Crip.
Yeah.
That shit is real, bro.
Yeah.
I wish it wasn't, but it is. It's real as fuck.
Yeah.
That shit is real. When I met the kid, he was with niggas I knew.
Yeah.
For years, personally. Big homies. They're big homies now. It's the niggas I grew up with.
Yeah.
Feel me? I took MaxThaDemon. We on a tour last year with Comethazine. Shout out to Comethazine. Shout out to what is it? APA agency. Shout out to APA. They had put us on that tour, and we had this tour day in LA.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving week, right?
Yeah.
This nigga Max like, yo, nah, I want an Airbnb, and I want it in this neighborhood. So I lived in LA for a little while, but I ain't too familiar with South LA, like, you know what I mean, the hood and shit. So he like, you gonna be all right.
South Central, yeah.
We get over there, nigga, it's Long Beach. You know who pull up there? Real Crips. This shit ain't no B-Rad from Malibu shit. This is real Crip niggas pulling up, really saluting this nigga. They sitting there having a good time like they knew each other for decades.
Yeah.
You know what I did?
Yeah.
I left. I let them be by themselves because that's what they came to do. You feel me? This kid, that's what kind of kid he is, but he handles his business. In the studio, I ain't got to worry about him. On stage, I ain't got to worry about him. He tears the stage down and he does his thing. But that shit ain't fake. If you think it ain't, go watch his he got a mini doc on his YouTube page called Homecoming.
MaxThaDemon.
Yes, he did. He just came home from doing 6 years.
Okay, damn.
Yeah, kid's not. It's not a game with him. He's not. It's not fake.
So
after Max, after Max was Shawnee Bin Laden.
Okay.
Shawnee Bin Laden, he's a kid from Queens. He's starting to build his profile now.
It's pretty recent, right?
Yeah. Now I did this like last year around the same time as Bizzy Banks.
Okay.
So
okay, yeah, I remember Bizzy Banks. I see you was with in Miami.
Yeah, fact. So I shot Shawnee Bin Laden, and I started working with Shawnee Bin Laden and Bizzy Banks around the same time. Like I knew Shawnee for years, though. I knew him for like 3 years before I actually started getting involved in his business.
Okay, so you got a total about what, 5, 6 artists?
Yeah, because then I got Coast to Ghost.
Yes.
Coast
okay,
to Ghost.
just got signed to Gucci.
Yeah, just signed with 1017 Atlantic. Yeah, so
I've been hearing him a lot. Keffa was putting me on him.
Yeah,
shout out Keffa.
Shout out Keffa.
He's playing that shit every day. Every day in Miami, he was playing it every day, back to back. Every day.
That shit going crazy in New York right now.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That shit going crazy. Coast to Ghost. That was like that was a sneaky one for me because Coach is a kid that's been around in the New York drill scene for a while, but he had a lot of legal issues, trials and tribulations, dealing with whatever situations he had going on or whatever. And last year, he was headed to wherever he was going. He was like, yo, I'm about to go down south and do some shit. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Get on the tour bus. And we took him on tour with us. Like, I don't know where he going, and I don't know where he gonna be at. So if I let him go, I may not ever see this kid again. You feel
don't
me?
know what happened.
So I'm like, nah, let me just come. If he come with us, I know where he gonna be at. So we brought him on tour with us for the Kodak tour, and then he came with us on the Ugly God tour as well. So, and he's been in the studio off and on for a while. He records with Teddy all the time. And so then in the quarantine, he calls me. He's like, yo, Fox, I need the studio. I'm like, nigga, it's the quarantine.
Right.
I cannot get you the studio.
Y'all was in New York, right?
Yeah, he's like, I cannot get you the studio. He's like, nah, son, I need the studio, son. I said, yo, let me call Teddy and see if this nigga Teddy will let him come over there and record this song. Because he's spitting the song to me over the phone like he's in jail. So I know he has to let this song out. I'm like, yo, Teddy, record this nigga, please. Teddy, like, yo, my mom's is not letting no niggas in here with this corona shit.
Yeah.
No. I'm like, please, son, please. This is the nigga record this shit.
Yeah.
Quick, get out of here and do it.
Yeah.
Long story short, he goes to Teddy crib, he records the song.
Crazy.
He leaves, they send me the song, I'm like, this shit hard. I send the shit, we get the shit mixed.
For sure.
Call Capo, he hit Capo, they shoot the video. Boom, 3-4 days later, they put the video out. The shit does 100, 200,000 streams in a week.
And that's the hit list.
That's hit list.
Yeah.
And it shit start going crazy now. I tell niggas this story because it's very important to this whole situation. So I only spoke to Gucci Mane twice in my whole entire life. The first time I ever spoke to Gucci Mane was I met him in Atlanta in Mean Street Studios. And he came in the studio and he seen me in there. I said, well, Gucci, give everybody a pound. So then when I said, give me a pound, I jumped on my phone. So he thought I was probably going to my phone and like record like I'm in the studio with Gucci type of shit. He's like, nah, you gotta go. Then he kicked me out the studio. Now I'm a man just like anybody else, I mean, but I don't have no ego with this shit because this man been in his business 20 years, doing his business for 20 years. I'm not here to stop what he's doing for his business. You feel what I'm saying? I respect any man's business. Disrespect, I don't tolerate, but I respect niggas' business. So I step out the studio, whatever the case may be, and he was just like, yo, I ain't know what kind of nigga you was, so I don't, you know what I mean? Whatever. The second time I spoke to the nigga, after that, he signed Coast to Ghost. True story.
So how was it going from that type of energy to the signing and
energy is still the same. He's like, yo, I want that nigga. Bring him to Atlanta on this day. Let's get it done. Like he sent me like I got off the phone with him in Orlando from Atlantic, and like 20 minutes later, no exaggeration, bro. The fucking contract was in the email. I'm not making this up, bro. It was that quick. Like I hit my lawyer hit their lawyer. They back and forth. They figured it out. He already got the money that he was already asking for. Was like, Gucci, like, yo, whatever he want, just give it to him. Like he was on some shit like that. Yo, whatever he wants, just give it to him. That's the kind of energy he has when it comes to his artists. That's why I respect it. Like he's an asshole maybe to executives and shit like that. When it comes to the artists, whatever they want, they get, bro. If they want studio, they want this. They need a car. They need to get it for them because they need to be comfortable to get this fucking music out. He doesn't care. I give him that respect, Gucci, 100% for that. But those are only 2 times I ever spoke to the nigga. The third time was the other day when we went to the video shoot. Right?
So
shout out to Gucci, man.
Shout out Gucci. So you got a lot of upcoming artists right now on the roster. How is it managing? Several artists that got a lot of things going on. And
Maceo Guns, I forgot about this kid.
Oh yeah, Maceo, he was in Miami too.
Yes, Maceo Guns. Sorry, Maceo. I apologize, kid.
Yeah, let's talk about Maceo a little bit. How'd you link up Maceo? What'd you see in him?
So now Maceo Guns that shit was like a science project, son, trying to get this nigga, son. No bullshit. That shit was a lot of good faith, luck, and chance. True shit of how this shit worked out. So now Maceo Guns, I had seen his like you know how the Instagram profiles pop up like sponsored. So I seen this shit and I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? Raps the Hustle just posted. I'm looking like, yo, this nigga's kind of hard. And then when I caught the riff, it sounded something like Smooth L, but better. I like this. So I sent it to Tutu. I'm like, yo, who this Tutu? He's like, yeah, I know, son. He be with my mans and shit. I know the niggas from the East. Well, what's up? I said, this nigga nice. He said, yeah, nigga is nice.
Yeah.
He gets mixtape fire. You should listen to it. I listened to the mixtape.
Yeah.
Shit was fire. So I'm hitting them, DMing them. Nigga not answering me.
Yeah.
I'm DMing this nigga. He not answering me.
Yeah.
I'm calling him on FaceTime, Instagram, because it's the only way I can get in contact with this nigga. I hit his Facebook, this nigga not answering me.
Yeah.
So I go to Atlantic one day for a meeting with my homegirl Yaz and shit. She got a product manager, and walks in is my homegirl Shauna. So she does digital for Bizzy Banks now.
Okay.
And at the time, she was working with this kid Bimo. So King Bimo, I know him from the YouTube scene, and you know he's from East New York, and he's been around for a while. So you know he's just chilling in there. He's walking around, she's showing him Atlantic Records and shit. So now I'm done with my meeting. I'm walking outside, they about to leave. I'm like, what y'all doing? Yeah. They're like, I ain't doing shit. I'm like, yeah, I want to play a Def Jam. I can get you a meeting with Def Jam right now. Yeah. Like right now, let you play music for the A&R. Now, excuse me. My man, he listens to music all day. So for me to bring another artist for him to listen to, that's his job. It's like, it's no big deal. Like people be making it seem like it's a hard thing to do these things, bro. It's not. You give people a chance, because let's say my man actually liked one of the records, because he did. Yeah. That could have been a deal, and all I did was walk the kid down the block. You feel what I'm saying? You can do this for anyone. You feel what I'm saying? Sure. Now, while he's playing records, he plays a record. It was like a Neo flip. And I look at it, I'm listening, like, yo, that's Maceo Guns? He like, yeah. I'm like, you know him? He like, yeah, that's my man from my hood. Like, yo, if you tell that nigga to answer my DM, my nigga, I do it. You got a favor with me, whatever you need. And nigga said, word. I said, whatever you need, my nigga, I'll help you. Whatever you need, just tell that nigga answer my DM. Yeah. And that's how Maceo Guns answered my DM. And then when I met the nigga, he played me like 20 songs. They all was fire. Yeah. Aside from the shit I already heard on his 2 mixtapes he had out already. And then we put him in the studio for a week. He did like 40 songs. Yeah. We played them shits for my man Tab. Shout out to my man Tab. He was the A&R on this. Tab was like, yo, listen, I'm gonna give you the deal. Yeah. Tab was like, you get the kid to come into the studio with us, I'm gonna give you the deal. He played it for Paul. Paul was like, all right, what they want, tell the lawyer to send a proposal. We sent over a proposal we thought was fair. Like, you know, new kid, don't have anything out like that. Yeah. Whatever I thought was fair. You're like, you know what I'm saying? Think we should get this done and, you know, make it quick. So, you know, nigga Paul said, you can't get no project done with this. Yeah. Gave us more money. Yeah. Shout out to Paul Rosenberg. Def Jam. Shout out to Paul Rosenberg. Shout out to Paul Rosenberg. He gave us more money. Yeah. Said, let me give you some more cash, because I think you need more money to do this
project for sure.
Facts. Shout out to Paul Rosenberg one more time. Yeah. And then they did the deal. We did the deal in 10 days. Yeah. So the day I met him, 9 days later, we were signing the deal with Def Jam.
Maceo Guns. Was that the fastest you ever got an artist on?
Facts. Well, no. Coast to Ghost is the fastest now. That was 7 days.
Yeah, that was fast. I feel like he came and got it. So, like I was saying earlier, how is it managing all these artists? They got a lot going on, and they like up and coming, and they rising right now. So,
see, because I'm up and coming as well. Right. So I'm an up and coming executive / manager in the music business as well. So I handle it just the way I handle myself. Okay. Everyone needs their egos stroked in little ways, no homo, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got to make sure that they all feel good about what they're doing and feel good about themselves. You got to always make sure they're always in a good headspace, so they don't have to worry about nothing but doing their music. Yeah. You don't want your artist worrying about how he's going to eat or how he's going to get to the studio, let alone. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Those are a lot of struggles I had with Tutu early on, because in the beginning of our situation, Atlantic didn't believe in drill. So they went in. Some of the things that these artists are given or have, or some of the privileges they're given to by the label, is because of the sweat off and sacrifice that we had to go through with Tutu, to be real honest. Because they didn't believe in drill at all. I want niggas to know, the labels did not believe in drill. Nobody was signing drill, none of that. The only drill rapper that was signed before Tutu was this kid named Bambino. He was signed to Atlantic right before Tutu got signed. So you already know how they felt. They like, that shit didn't work. This shit definitely not gonna work. Yeah. It was the fact that it was working, and then Pop Smoke came in. Yeah. Everybody, oh shit, drill. And you know, the label, they like, hold on, don't we got one of these niggas?
Yeah, they started pushing them then.
Yeah. When we got one of these little drill niggas that they talking about, and then they realized that I swear to God, I got a phone call. It was like, hey, So they saying Tutu started this drill thing. I said, that's what I was trying to tell you from the very beginning. You feel me? So like, that's why it was so easy for some of them to get the situation because of all the work that we laid down with Tutu, and then MaxThaDemon was just taking on. That shit runs itself. To be 100% honest, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't even speak to Max as much as I speak to all the other artists. That shit is running himself. He does his own thing. He got a studio in his house. He records himself. Teddy go over there, helped him touch up some shit. BC learn how to record. Like shout out to my man BC too, because he's a very important person when it comes to my whole operation. Him and my homegirl Jamila, because BC keep me level-headed. Jamila handles all my business. You feel what I'm saying? So I really, those two most important people when it comes to my cultivated thing. Aside from Teddy and other people, but them two right there, Jamila, BC, and of course my lawyer Justin. But when it comes to cultivated, how I handle all these artists, I make sure that all of them in their respective spaces, and I respect all these spaces. I don't try to jumble them together. I'm not trying to use one to light another fire, none of that weirdo shit. If you hot, you be hot on your own time. There's enough light for everyone. It's, when they got a spotlight, it's 50 of them shits, right? So why can't be 50 kids? I mean, I don't care. That's why I get kids from my region. Because I followed what niggas did in Atlanta. I never hated on what Atlanta did. I actually admire what Atlanta did. What Atlanta did was they stuck home base. They realized, like, yo, listen, if we got 600 kids that's producing beats and we got 7,000 rappers here, all we need is 10 of them motherfuckers to get lit, and we can feed the other 990 motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? 6,990 motherfuckers, and that's how it worked. 10 niggas lit. Then those 10 niggas got 10 niggas lit. Now it's 100 niggas lit. Then the 100 niggas got 100 niggas lit. Then that's 1,000 niggas lit. It just kept getting crazy. 10,000 nigga. It's mad rappers in Atlanta. They all lit, bro. I want niggas to know that. So I just said, all right, you know what they also do in Atlanta? If I have beef with you in the 7th grade or the 8th grade and you about to get lit as a rapper, I'm gonna help you because I don't want to kill you, nigga. So you know what? Get some money and get the fuck out my way. And that's what they do here. All Atlanta rappers help each other. Even nigga Rollo shot Young Thug, and Young Thug gave him his biggest record. That could never happen in New York.
Never.
But I want it to. I want niggas to be able to make bygones be bygones so they can take care of their family for the rest of their generations. Because if you die, you kill off your generation. These kids are dying before they have children, so how they even leaving a legacy for themselves? They're not. And even if you die in cold blood, what your kids gonna live in cold blood? They're gonna live cold blooded. And you don't even want that, and that's what I'm trying to change the energy for these kids. So what I do with Tutu's, I keep Tutu in his lane. What I do for Bizzy, I keep Tutu be busy in his lane. What I do for Macy, I keep Macy on his lane, for Coach, and so on and so forth. You feel what I'm saying? I make sure everybody in their respective spaces. Now, if the artists on their own time, on the strength that we got, that they all got the same managers, they decide to exchange numbers and be cool in their own time, that's what they deserve. That's what they do in their own time. I'm not forcing the issue because I don't want anybody's situations to mix with anything else, because it's not like New York is just not like Atlanta. You understand what I'm saying? But what we do in New York now is I'm trying to cultivate the scene. So now if I could grab a blood kid from Bed-Stuy and a Crip kid from Canarsie and a folk kid from Flatbush and a Pattaya nigga from fucking East New York somewhere, or another kid from Queens, and just start building up the scene with their respective neighborhoods, that's what they do out here, right? And then once it passed the neighborhood and it start reaching into the Bronx and Brooklyn, see, the Atlanta, it go from your neighborhood to different neighborhoods. In New York, it go from Brooklyn to the boroughs. So now once you get big in the boroughs, they start playing your shit in Manhattan. Once your shit hit Manhattan, now you the guy in the town. Cause they playing your shit in the clubs in Manhattan. And then once you get from the clubs in Manhattan, now the labels are starting to look for you, because that's the only place they party is the clubs in Manhattan. So the A&Rs that's out there, they be getting to the kids 3 steps too late. I'm already there because I'm in the kid's house. I already know him. I already watched him play basketball. I already know his mom. I went to school with his brother. I went to school with his uncle. I went to school with his pops. I went to school with these niggas. And I'm going in the neighborhood. None of these A&Rs ain't going in the neighborhood, sitting on the corner with these niggas drinking a Henny, looking out for police with them. They not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I know how to handle them easily because I am like them. I grew up just like them. I went to DFY and the juvenile detentions and the drug programs and spa fits and the group homes, and I went to the schools that they went to. I had the fights that they had. I had the ops that they had. I lived the same exact lives as you. I just learned early. I went to prison. I was 22. I came home. I went to prison at 23. I came home 25.
Right. Turned
26. So I only been home 10 years. Yeah. I was ignorant for the first 26 years of my life. I only been in that shit. I came home. I was still a little bit ignorant. So I only been off the bullshit about 5-6 years, and I learned it. And look how long it took me after I was 30 years old to really realize that. Even more so after I had a child. So I understand where they come from, and I know the mentality, and I know how easy it is to perpetuate the bullshit. But I'm trying to tell you niggas, it's a way better way.
Yeah, so what's some advice you would have for like an upcoming rapper in Brooklyn or New York or anywhere in a problematic environment or under the circumstances of the streets?
Don't let your situation determine how you treat yourself. Do not, I repeat, do not let your circumstances and your situation determine how you treat yourself. Just because you broke, don't treat yourself broke. Just because you living fucked up, don't treat yourself fucked up, my nigga, because that's what it goes with. They be sitting here and you be, yo man, shit is fucked up, and the next thing you do some bullshit that's worthless and go to jail and be worthless even more. Right. With a bunch of worthless niggas, and then you become the big homie, a bunch of niggas that nobody care about, bro. Yeah. You could be the biggest nigga in prison. Nobody gives a fuck about them niggas. Them niggas is all numbers. Nobody has a name in there. So if you're trying to go to jail and get a name, all they're gonna do is give you a number. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Right. When you could be out here doing numbers. Mm-hmm. So do the fucking numbers. Stop the bullshit. Don't let that bullshit get into the book. Don't let that shit seep into your mind and think that's all you can do, bro. It's too many shit. Listen, literally the last 3 months, 4 kids from the Brooklyn drill scene was murdered.
Right. Rest in peace.
Pop Smoke, Nick Blicky.
Yeah.
Bugs Lowe, rest in peace, KJ Butler. These are 4 kids from that scene.
It's unfortunate.
And these ain't the kids. These ain't like these are the stars of it.
Yeah. It was really putting in work.
These the next guys up and they dying. Mm-hmm. Getting taken out, bro. Mm-hmm. So if they want to keep with the bullshit, keep on, keep on by all means, keep on if that's what you want to do. But the only one who wins is the police, my nigga, and the bail bondsman.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go back a little bit more to the agency Cultivated. So you running as a management or more record label, or you doing both?
So now the Cultivated agency is an agency. We do everything.
Okay.
So now we do media. I got a director. His name is Aklo91. Okay. He did Bizzy's last video, Stone Star Part 2. He did Blicky Game Freestyle for 22G's as well.
Okay, yeah, that was a good video.
And he did most of the 22 new videos that's coming out. Also work with another director, Useless Films. He does like every single video for Shawnee Bin Laden and a bunch of other kids in the city. And he's starting to get his name up more. And now we have the production and writers wing. So now I work with couple of other writers and producers. Don't really like manage them, but I work with them very, very closely. So I work with Crystal Canes and my man Ransom. Ransom used to be 18. Remember 18 with DJ Clue and all of them?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so Ransom
I was a little young for that, but yeah.
Yeah, so he was like one of the nicest rappers ever. Mm-hmm. So now he's a great songwriter and composer. And then I have Teddy the Don. He's one of my producers. Teddy touches every project. Yeah. Teddy makes sure everybody is in order, and he keeps the music in order for me. Like if I need a file or anything, I just call Ted. And then we just started pretty much the publishing wing, so now we about to start doing publishing situations and getting that in order. We also bringing in the financial situation. I'm bringing in financial advisor as well. Okay. He's gonna come in. He's gonna teach them how to build their credit, how to pay their bills, and just how to be fiscally responsible. Right. You feel what I'm saying? I'm bringing a different element to the agency that's not here, because these labels, what they do, they get these disenfranchised kids 6 figures in their pocket. These kids never had $600 for longer than a month and you giving them 6 figures, they're gonna spend that shit, bro.
Yeah.
They're gonna find new ways every day to spend that shit. And the label was banking on that, so they could come and need more money. So now they need more money, they need more services. Well, you gotta turn in these 2 projects then if you want me to give you some more money. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Our kids is working like slaves and they never pay off that debt. Cause how long it takes you to pay off? How long does it take you to pay off $300,000-$400,000 at 17 cents at a time? How long does it take?
Yeah.
You can never pay that off.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm bringing in the financial advisors to make sure that they understand shit. Myself too. Like I do dumb shit sometimes with money. Shit, I'll stay in the hotel for 2 weeks instead of going to get a fucking apartment.
Yeah.
Or Airbnb or some shit like that. Like you understand? Like even I have my vices and shit like that. But I'm trying to make sure that these kids keep their money and make their money, and if they want to do different businesses, they know how to go about it and shit like that. So their taxes will be good. They don't be fucking up and be owing $200,000-$300,000 in taxes 3 years, 4 years down the line. You feel what I'm saying? And then I got the agency. We doing our own booking. Like before coronavirus, we had 2 tours already booked up. We had 2 booked up in U.S. tour, Canada, and London. MaxThaDemon tour was booked up, and then Bizzy Banks tour was going to start in July. So we already had that book. Shout out to Ashley helped us all the Cultivated bookings. Okay. So we got our own. We like it's everything. Yeah. Like we
full scope.
Facts.
For sure.
We just not letting nobody come in here and disrupt business. Cause what happens is people, when you don't bring in the people that you really truly work with, because niggas will go, they'll work with you for 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and then they'll go find 10 other niggas to go work with when you was working perfectly fine.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? If you don't know something, we can learn together. Mm-hmm. People get mad at their peoples for not knowing things, but instead of teaching them. Like, well, I can't be mad at you if you don't know how to if you don't know how to use Windows XP or some bullshit like that. If I never teach you this shit, I gotta teach you it for you to learn it. Well, we can learn together. We both might not know it. You feel what I'm saying? Right. But these dudes, they go get new people. I don't get new people. I always insource before I outsource. Yeah. I always find people that's close to me to do the job that I need to get done, because I have to know all the people I know. I have to know somebody personally that can get the job done that I need done.
Right. So, for some advice for somebody like me. And with FUNG Promotions, we're trying to do like management and stuff like that, media, and do a full scope. How you doing and stuff like that. What would you have for some advice, like for people who coming up who not into the rapping or want to do more management or business side of things?
Find something that you truly, truly, truly believe in it, and stay down until y'all come up.
Sure.
That shit, that stay down till you come up, shit. I know that shit sounds super cliche because it is, but that shit is really, really true. Yeah. Like you literally have to stay down until you come up, my nigga. If stay down until you come up was a face, I would be right next to it. Like if they needed a picture, it'd be right next, boom, right there. Stay down and come up was a person. Yeah, stay down and come up as a person, it'd be my picture right there. Boom, I stayed down, did everything niggas needed me to do, from carrying bags, going to get sneakers sometimes late nights, picking up flights, paying for Airbnbs. I done fucking been the guy I had my head knock a nigga out every once in a while and carried the gun. I done been the guy to pay the tab. Whatever you needed me to do, I done been that guy every time for everybody. Now it's time for me to be that guy for me, you know?
Right. All right, so let's close it out with some things you got next coming with the agency and the artists you got right now. With some things you got coming next, or what's...
I got some crazy things, man. Some things I can't speak on yet. Yeah. But there's a lot of big bag of chonies is around.
Yeah,
you know
bag of chonies.
Yeah, big bag of chonies is around. Yeah. A lot of new deals being closed. Turning some people that were literally broke into almost millionaires. Yeah. We're gonna make this thing work. Yeah. Me, I'm one of them. We gonna turn this thing on up out here. Like young black business structure. There's some white niggas in there too. Shout out to my man Alex Jr. You know what I'm saying? Some white niggas in my business too. I keep it gangster, you feel me? Sure. But it's, for the most part, we doing real business out here. And if you don't know who Alex Jr. is, Google him when this interview is over, because you're gonna want to speak to him too.
For sure.
And then that's my partner as well in business. And we do a lot of business together. And he's heavy out here. Shout out to my son Ben Kicks.
Yeah,
I think they did like 4,500 shirts last month or some dumb shit like that. They going crazy out here. That's what I'm trying. It's niggas out here getting this chicken choni. That's what I'm telling y'all, young niggas. Y'all want to play? There's niggas out here not playing.
Yeah, for sure.
There's niggas out here not playing, bro.
For sure, yeah. I appreciate you coming through, Vibe.
Anytime. Listen, you hit me, tell me that you needed me, I'm here. I ain't going.
Hope the family's safe and everybody's safe with
Yeah,
Corona and everything going on in the
Yo,
world. Everything.
wear your mask if you in New York, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, they trying to kill y'all in New York.
For sure.
All right.
So, yeah, we're going to wrap it up, man. Appreciate you coming
Most
through.
def, King.
It's a wrap.
Promotions, let's go.
Yeah, baby.